Thanks for visiting my YouTube channel. Today is the start of the NBA play-in games, and here are the NBA games results today, schedule of games for tomorrow, and the updated NBA playoffs picture as of today, April 16, 2025.
The NBA regular season is over, and it's time to say hello to the NBA playoffs. NBA 2025 play-in games result today, April 16th. The Orlando Magic advanced to the NBA playoffs as the Eastern Conference 7th-seeded team, after they defeated the Atlanta Hawks with a dominant 120-95 win at home. Cole Anthony led the Orlando Magic in scoring with 26 big points in just 20 minutes of action, as he also grabbed 3 rebounds and 6 assists, followed by Wendell Carter Jr., who finished with 19 points along with 7 rebounds, and Paolo Banchero had an all-around game of 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. For the Atlanta Hawks, Trae Young led the team in scoring with 28 points along with 6 assists, followed by George Niang, 15 points. The Orlando Magic will now be officially facing the mighty Boston Celtics in the first round of the Eastern Conference best-of-7 playoff round. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Hawks will have one last chance to get into the NBA playoffs as the 8th seed, as they await and will play against the winner of the Chicago Bulls versus the Miami Heat play-in game, to determine who will advance to the NBA playoffs as the 8th-seeded team in the Eastern Conference. The game number 1 of the NBA playoffs round between the Boston Celtics and the Orlando Magic is set on April 20th at the TD Garden Arena in Boston. In the second and final game played today, the Golden State Warriors outlasted the Memphis Grizzlies in a battle for the 7th seed, as Golden State came away with the victory at home with the final score of 121-116. Jimmy Butler have led all scorers with 38, along with 7 rebounds and 6 assists, followed by the greatest shooter of all time, Steph Curry, who had a great fourth period as he finished with 37 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists, as he scored 12 of the last 16 points of the Golden State Warriors as they officially advanced into the NBA playoffs. Desmond Bane led the Memphis Grizzlies in scoring with 30 points along with 5 rebounds and 4 assists, while Ja Morant added 22 points. The Memphis Grizzlies will still have one last chance to advance into the NBA playoffs, this time as the 8th seed, as they will play against the winner of the Dallas Mavericks versus Sacramento Kings play-in game for the right to fight for the 8th and final seed in the Western Conference. Meanwhile, the Golden State Warriors will be facing the 2nd-seeded Houston Rockets in the first round of the NBA Western Conference playoff round that will start on April 20th.
Now let's take a quick and closer look at the NBA Eastern and Western Conferences' updated NBA playoffs picture standings as of today, April 17th.
Updated 2025 NBA playoffs picture standings as of today, April 16th. In the Eastern Conference, the East top-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers still awaits their NBA playoffs first-round opponent, as 3 teams are still fighting for the right to become the 8th-seeded team, the Atlanta Hawks, Chicago Bulls, and the Miami Heat, who are all still playing the NBA play-in games. The 2nd-seeded Boston Celtics will be playing versus the 7th-seeded Orlando Magic in the NBA Eastern Conference first-round best-of-7 playoffs, which will start on April 20th. The Orlando wins their regular season series versus the Boston Celtics this season, 2-1. Meanwhile, the Eastern Conference 3rd-seeded team, the New York Knicks, will be facing the surprising Detroit Pistons in the first round of their NBA Eastern Conference playoff best-of-7 series, which will also start on April 20th. Interestingly, the New York Knicks and the Detroit Pistons played 4 times this season, and the Detroit Pistons have won 3 of those 4 games. And for the final pair in the Eastern Conference, the 4th-seeded Indiana Pacers will be facing the dangerous Milwaukee Bucks in the first round of their best-of-7 NBA playoff series, which will also start on April 20th. The Indiana Pacers and the Milwaukee Bucks played 4 regular season games this season, and the Milwaukee Bucks won 3 out of that 4 games. And in the Western Conference, the West and NBA overall top-seeded team, the Oklahoma City Thunder, still awaits their first-round opponents, as 3 teams are also still battling for that 8th and final spot. The Memphis Grizzlies, Sacramento Kings, and the Dallas Mavericks, who are all still playing the NBA play-in games. The 2nd-seeded Houston Rockets, will be playing versus the Golden State Warriors in the first round of the Western Conference Best of 7 series, which will also be played on April 20th. The Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors played 4 games against each other this season, and they are tied with 2 wins each. Meanwhile, the Western Conference third-seeded team Los Angeles Lakers will be facing Anthony Edwards and the rest of the unpredictable Minnesota Timberwolves in their best of 7 NBA playoffs, first-round series that will also start on April 20th. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Minnesota Timberwolves have played against each other this season 4 times, where both teams won 2 games each. And for the final pair in the Western Conference playoff picture standings, the 4th-seeded Denver Nuggets will be facing James Harden and the rest of the strong Los Angeles Clippers squad in their best of 7 first-round series that will also start on April 20th. The Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Clippers have also played 4 times against each other this season, and they also split their season series, taking 2 games each.
The NBA play-in games continues tomorrow, and here are the 2 NBA games schedule.
NBA games schedule for tomorrow, April 17th. The Eastern Conference play-in games for the chance to fight for the 8th seed will start tomorrow, as the Chicago Bulls will be playing a win-or-go-home game at home at the United Center versus the visiting Miami Heat. Tip-off for the Chicago versus Miami play-in game will be at 7:30 in the morning. The winner will be facing the Atlanta Hawks for the right to officially advance into the NBA playoffs as the NBA Eastern Conference 8th-seeded team, and the losing team will officially end their NBA 2025 campaign. And in the second and final game scheduled for tomorrow, it's another do-or-die game, this time in the Western Conference, as the Sacramento Kings will be hosting the Dallas Mavericks at the Golden One Center at 10 in the morning. The winner of that game will be facing the Memphis Grizzlies for the right to become the NBA Western Conference 8th-seeded team, while the losing team will be officially eliminated this season.
Maraming salamat sa walang sawa at patuloy na pagtutok at pagsagad sa panonood ng aming YouTube channel iForbes Sports. Kung bago ka pa lang sa channel ko, please give us a like and subscribe ka naman sa amin para maging updated ka lagi sa PBA at NBA happenings araw-araw. Please support your favorite NBA team and give us your predictions kung sino ang mananalo sa first round of the NBA playoffs para alam ko na agad ang team mo at hindi yung kung sino ang nanalo at pumasok lilipat ka na. Char! This has been your favorite iForbes sports reporter Sophia saying, let's play some balls. Peace out.